Hello and welcome to another episode of BALLGOWNS and Booze, where we will be making actually one of my favourite meats, a Chinese roast duck. So very exciting.
I do like duck.
I like duck. I love duck. I'm here with Natalie. Hopefully you've been watching and you've gotten to know us a bit by now. All of our quirky, weird and wonderful things that we get up to here. And I'm Elouise. So yeah, duck is one of my absolute favourites. But
why are we choosing the duck?
We need to ask Teddy the sommelier this.
Yes.
He knows more about wine than me. We've preheated the oven to 200 degrees. And we're hoping to get that nice crispy skin on the duck.
The coriander is just to make it look
Decoration.
Yeah.
Bit of green, bit of je ne sais quoi, as Teddy would say.
What is je ne sais quoi?
Teddy. I don't know, but I like it when he says it.
It is nice.
So, yeah, just patting it dry. You want it really dry, and I think that's a very important part of making the skin crispy. If it's damp at all, it won't crisp up how you would like it to crisp up. So yeah, please pat it very dry, Natalie.
I shall pat it dry. Whenever I order Chinese, I order duck.
I love duck with the pancakes, spring onion, cucumber, and what is it, hoisin sauce, isn't it?
I used to do a lot of travel to China and Beijing, and we would get spoiled. The Chinese are exceptional guests, and they would take you, this is the best. I won't do a Chinese accent. They'll take you somewhere and say, this is the best Peking duck in all of China. And I think we went to about 5 of the best Peking ducks in China. Everyone was, this is the best, this is the best.
Chinese cuisine is delicious.
So
really
yum.
nice.
And it's so different to, in China it's so different to what we think Australian Chinese, I don't know about.
Same with English
Chinese.
Yeah, if you go to a local Chinese.
And not as much meat and so many veggies.
So many veggies, it's actually really good for you.
Yes.
Very good. They have a really good diet other than, I think,
The Western
rice.
influence.
Lots of rice. Rice is good.
Okay. Is our duck dry?
That looks pretty dry to me.
Sorry,
I don't know
my
if
lovely.
any juices dribbled. Maybe we need to pack that.
I did check in the sink, so just pour it. I won't do it now because it's pretty gross, but just pour your duck and let
Perfect.
anything else move. Let's get it off there because that's wet.
Maybe if we put it on a fresh
Yeah,
one.
we'll get a fresh plate. What's next, Elouise?
Okay, so we're going to spice up our duck. And we are going to be popping the spice, sugar and salt. And we want to rub this into the skin and the cavity, which is the part that I don't really enjoy.
I'll do that if you want.
Too kind,
I'm
too
a farm
kind.
girl, it's okay.
I'm meant to be a farm girl as well.
Oh,
I
are
grew up
you?
on a farm, but
That's okay.
bit of a city girl as well. I like both.
So which
Okay.
ones are we mixing?
So we are
Salt?
going for salt, sugar, and spice. So it's a
No, it's specifically 5 spice, which is Chinese.
Chinese 5 spice.
Chinese 5 spices. Sorry to correct you there.
No, that's fine.
Sugar.
Okay, so we want to rub this into the skin. And you want the reason why you pat it dry is so that all of the spices really go into the skin.
Now, I know the last recipe we cooked, I said, I don't know if I'm going to like it, and it turned out to be really, really nice, my favourite so far. I'm not a fan of licorice and, what's this stuff called?
Star anise.
Anise.
See, I used to
smell.
think I don't like that, but then once it's cooked and in something, you don't notice it so much. But it's always the way you say that you really like a dish, and then you pair it with something, and it's like, oh no, it's actually not my favourite. I prefer the one that I didn't think that I was going to like.
That's what I'm finding is good fun about this food wine pairing. Because
So that's why it's always good to try new things and be put out of your comfort zone.
We did, didn't we, this morning?
Yeah.
Or last week?
Last week we had a gorgeous prawn gazpacho, which I enjoy saying actually, gazpacho. I like that word, so I can eat that more often, and then I can say it more often.
Could you please tell us a little about the Chinese roast duck?
The Chinese roast duck, okay. let's find out a bit about it. So the Beijing duck has been able to innovate over time while retaining its place of choice in Chinese gastronomy. Gastronomy? Is that how you pronounce that?
I don't know, it's a funny word. I've never liked that word.
I don't particularly like that word. Few dishes can boast such a prestigious history as the Beijing duck. According to historians, the origins. Can I just do that again? Should I start from the beginning? The Beijing duck has been able to innovate over time while retaining its place of choice in Chinese gastronomy. Few dishes can boast such prestigious history as the Beijing duck. According to historians, the origins of this succulent dish date back to the...
Need a hand?
I do.
Yang dynasty.
Yang dynasty. More than
What year is that? 1271. Oh, wow.
Yeah. More than 700 years ago, it was the Mongol emperors who first raised the Beijing duck to the official status of imperial court dishes. So we're lucky to be eating it today.
I have been to the palace in Beijing where the emperor lived, and it is massive.
Is it beautiful?
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's huge.
So since then, the dish has retained its emblematic place in China, from its imperial origins to its modern incarnation as a fashionable consumer product for city dwellers in large cities. The Beijing duck has survived through the ages by reinventing its presentation while retaining its taste and prestige. So that's how I would know it as duck and pancakes.
Yes, and when they dish up in Beijing, it's this big fanfare. Like it's an event, it's a theatrical event in itself. The dishing of the Peking duck, and they slice the duck in front of you, and then thin as the slices.
But food is an art. I think it's the way some people serve it and things is just amazing.
Fabulous.
Okay, so
what's next?
The next step, I'm going to make some of the sauce. So we're going to head over to the hob and
What's in the sauce?
So in the sauce, so we're going to combine soy sauce.
Soy sauce as well?
You're going to need to help me pronounce this as well.
Oh, Shaoxing.
Oh, you say that so well. Shaoxing and honey in a saucepan, and we're going to simmer it for 1 minute. And this is going to create a glaze to go over the duck.
That's the Shaoxing. We just use Chinese wine vinegar. Shh. Shaoxing seems much cooler. That's the soy. Oh, no, other way around. Sorry. That's the Shaoxing.
Shaoxing, soy and honey.
So that just simmers for 1 minute.
Yeah. So we're going to pop that on the saucepan.
Okay. So while you're doing that, I'm going to grease a tray and put the duck in bottom down. 2 cooks are better than one. So we put the duck down, breast down. And you're meant to alpha oil, but I don't use alpha oil. There's a lot of studies now about alpha oil and the toxicity of alpha oil, particularly in cooking. So I just use the greased paper. You can use alpha oil if you choose, but we shall see how different what it does with the greased paper.
Okay, so we're going to add some more flavours to the duck. So we've got some ginger, garlic, and some star anise. So you need 4 star anise, 6 slices of ginger, and it says 2 cloves of garlic, but we're going to go for 4 because this is small garlic.
And the purple?
Purple. So you told me about this. It's something that I didn't know before. So you can buy the garlic that's all white, and that's actually bleached garlic. And then the purple is its natural colour. And I think the purple's pretty, so I don't know why people have this kind of, or we have this
need for perfection.
Yeah.
So if you can buy Australian made if you're Australian, or locally, whatever country you're from, buy your own produce. If not, always purple onions. Onions should be purple. There is a species of onion, and there is some local onion producers. Yeah, so we've, what have we done? Skinned the garlic.
Yeah, got rid of the skin. Totally.
Slice 1, 2, ginger, sorry. I love the smell of ginger. 3.
It smells really nice, doesn't it?
4, 5, 6.
So I'm going to peel the garlic.
I'm going to have a little sip of champagne whilst you wait.
I'm so surprised that it's bleach.
Did you not know?
No.
I would like to, it matches your colour dress. I would like to know a little bit more about you, Sarah. So you're English.
Elouise.
Oh! I would like to go again. I would like to know a little bit more about you, Elouise.
Okay.
We've lived together for 2 weeks. Have you been 2 weeks?
No,
1 week?
1 week.
Oh,
1 week
we're on
yesterday.
Yeah.
I know.
So you're backpacking around Australia.
I am. I've
You got stuck here for COVID.
Yeah.
And you're here doing your farm visa.
I am.
And I was
very lucky to
volunteering
be
for
here.
helping us. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I've loved Australia so much that I want to stay something new. I'm not ready to go home yet.
Oh, good. And you
so-
lost part of that 12 months
Yeah.
stuck at home anyway. So
I haven't explored enough. There's lots I want to see and things like that. So I grew up in a small town. I actually grew up on a farm with my
I'm gonna use the
family.
rest
So
of
I've got
this
3 sisters.
your poor dad.
I know. Grew up on a small farm, and then I've always lived in a small town, just in the southeast of England.
What's the southeast of England called?
Well, I grew up in Lewis.
Lewis.
Lewis is a very small town. We're
What
known.
we might know, the closest town that we might
Brighton?
know. Brighton, yes.
Brighton.
So Brighton Beach.
Most people will
How do I live?
associate. Most people will associate it with football. Brighton and Hove Albion. I know.
Wrestling football. Wrestling.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what else to say about me.
Tell me about what's your fondest memory as a child?
Fondest memory of a child. I mean, my mum. Mum's just absolute angel. Probably.
So we're stuffing what?
We're stuffing the garlic in the duck.
Yep.
Same with the ginger and the star anise. I think we're stuffing it.
So what did your mum do? Are we stuffing its cavity with
Let me
all
just
this, or are we
double-check.
putting it around?
Place garlic, yeah, inside.
Inside.
So my mum, when we used to have the farmhouse, she would have this carpet. I think it was a Persian rug or something, or native Indian American rug.
Oh.
Because my dad lived in America for a while.
Oh.
And she would drag it around, and it would be magic carpet, and we'd all have to try and jump onto the carpet, which was very difficult. I think she was actually just teasing us. No, she was gorgeous. She did lots of things. Also mud pies, which is a very weird thing to do. But growing up on a farm, making mud pies, I think actually she did something a bit naughty.
Cheers to Mrs. Tebbutt.
Cheers to
What's your mum's name?
Sally Ann.
Cheers, Sally. Fabulous mum. I just wanted to ask, I haven't got the garlic in yet because I wanted to ask you.
So it says bruised garlic.
Yeah.
So we've just peeled it and then we're just crushing it.
So
with
rather than
the
use the garlic crusher, we're just bruising it.
Yeah.
Okay, beat it up.
And that will just release the flavours.
Fabulous. Okay, so we've
without
stuffed our duck. We've spiced it.
Yeah.
We've put it in some healthy green baking paper, and now we put it in the oven.
Okay, so now we are going to make a glaze to go over our duck. We have soy sauce, honey, and Shaoxing. I'm gonna, hopefully by the end of this, I remember how to say that.
Chinese
It's
wine.
a difficult one. Chinese, yeah, that's easier, but it doesn't sound as exciting, does it? Shaoxing. So lots of honey, and this will be nice
We
and
use
sweet.
raw honey, not processed honey.
Yeah, which is always better.
This is good. And if you can, buy locally honey as well. There's most places have a local honey hobby farm. Hobby honey.
Honey could be a hobby, I suppose.
No, honey bee people. I don't know what they're called.
Beekeepers. I don't know what they're called
There is
exactly.
another word.
Where did we have a very impatient duck waiter? Not a duck. Duck waiter. Someone a bit peckish. So I'm just going to let this simmer for a few minutes.
What are we looking for here? We know when this is done.
So we are going to bring it up to the boil and let it simmer just for 1 minute, maybe 2, to make a nice glaze to cover
The honey. Okay, so we don't want it to evaporate or anything.
No, we don't want it all gone.
So we're going to bring it back down again.
I can smell the honey.
And the Shaoxing
Shaoxing.
sauce.
Yeah.
That smells
really
yummy.
nice.
Oh, that smells yummy. Okay, so we've just poured that sauce into a little dish that looks pretty. So we're glazing
The duck.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Glaze away. Isn't that what this is for? Isn't it like
some
painting?
painting, yes.
Yeah.
And we actually have quite a lot of sauce, so this will
But we don't do a glaze, don't use it all for this, because what we're going to do is then
deglaze it.
glaze it again. We're going to check it in half an hour. Glaze it again. Do we flip it? I feel like we should flip it or not flip it.
Let me have a quick
Flip it. Flip it.
brush glaze all over duck and
All
place into the
over.
middle of the oven.
1, 2, 3. Duck flip. Oh, that beautiful long neck. Precious duck. Do you think that's enough glazing, and then we'll use the rest
think-
later?
Yeah, that looks good. It's a lot of glaze, which is lovely. Hopefully it'll be nice and crispy.
All the little nooks and crannies. Beautiful. Put this in the oven. We're on 200 degrees. Put the bottom down so it crisps up and goes brown at the top.
And we're going to reduce the heat in the oven to 190 as you pop the duck in.
So we've just dropped the temperature to 190, and we'll check that in 40 minutes. So 40 minutes
30
we'll reglaze.
minutes.
30 minutes we'll reglaze. We've just done 30 minutes. It's looking nice and crispy.
Yes, it looks
But
delicious.
our oven is a bit wonky at the moment, so we're going to move it down.
We want to take it out as well so we can flip the duck over.
We're going to move it down a rack so it doesn't burn and get too crispy on the outside and not cook on the inside. But that's the honey.
And whilst it's been, we didn't say earlier, whilst it's been cooking, we are meant to be checking it and glazing it again with the sauces that come out. So if we mention that now.
Okay, so we're going to flip it.
So we're going to turn over the duck and
Oh, it's
also
looking yummy.
it looks really, really good.
I've never done a Chinese roast duck.
No, I've never cooked one.
You wanted to speak and I keep interrupting you.
And so, whilst it has been in the oven, we've actually been glazing it again, so picking up all of the sauce that has
Fell by the wayside.
all of that lovely sauce that has fallen off the duck, we have been shoving it back on. So just reglazing the duck, and now we're going to glaze it again. But you just want to make sure that you keep checking on the duck while it's in the oven, because all of this sauce has kind of got that sticky flavour where it's heated up and it's roasted. Yeah, really nice.
We didn't taste it.
We did it.
It's like toffee.
Yeah, see, once it starts cooking,
It's like Chinese toffee.
it gets that kind of burnt, not burnt, but caramelised, slightly caramelised.
Looking forward to eating this.
And I might actually just go and chuck this all over, because then when we glaze it again, there'll be more around the duck that we can chuck on.
Do the neck.
And the more the merrier.
And in its innards. We'll be back in 40 minutes to check on the duck again.
And make sure you keep glazing the duck whilst it's in the oven to give it that sweet, sticky, crispy skin that we love.
Doesn't it look
It
good?
looks amazing. I'm very proud of
proud,
us.
yes.
It looks so good.
Yum, yum, yum. So we're just going to take off. With, everybody is waiting here to have some duck for dinner.
Yeah. Patiently waiting. Good things come to those who wait.
So we're just going to slice some off for our tasting. Now we've left it a little bit pink. You can cook it longer.
The smell.
The smell
I can
is
smell
so
all of the
good.
spices, and they've really caramelised. Smell delicious.
What a cool, easy recipe.
Yeah,
And we've been
really
discussing
easy.
what to have. There's a lot of fat there. We're discussing what to have with the duck. So I feel like salad would be nice and fresh salad. We were talking about making some pancakes.
Yeah, pancakes or potatoes are quite nice with duck.
Potatoes.
A bit heavy if you're feeling hungry. Some potato.
And we
Dauphinoise or something like that.
some potato what? Dauphinoise.
It's like all creamy potatoes. It's very fattening. Goes perfectly with fatty duck.
Is it like what I might call potato au gratin?
I don't know what that is. You maybe.
Okay. So I need some more meat. There's a lot of fat there. What we're doing with our potato is taking the honey that we had, the honey sauce, and cooking it with carrots.
Honey glazed carrots.
Honey glazed carrots.
Honey duck glazed carrots. Even better.
Here we go.
And there's so many juices coming from the duck.
So we don't need too much. We're just doing a tasting. So
yeah.
That should be enough to taste. And then we'll go chat with Teddy
About the wine.
about the
More
wine and the
importantly.
duck.
Wine and duck.
And
Yum.
you, mister, are just going to have to wait.
Even longer. We get to taste it first. I feel very spoiled by that actually.